Ready to go!
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to another breakdown video. This video, a very hot topic at the moment. Ermes Gasparini against Matt Mask from about a year and a half ago in the WAL. The reason it is such a hot topic right now is, of course, Ermes has just called out Matt Mask for a rematch. He wants a $10,000 match. Don't know whether it's going to happen, but the arm wrestling world is set alight right now about the controversy of this match. Now, if you've missed it, the story of the controversy was that Ermes Gasparini felt like he was not treated fairly during the match. He pulled Matt Mask on the after table, and he felt good. In his eyes, he felt good. He went away from that match feeling like he didn't get to display the true arm wrestler that he was. But Matt Mask won the match on the day, and we're going to today technically break down how and why Matt Mask won the match and highlight a few things that would be relevant if they were to face again this year for that $10,000 match. So without further ado, let's get into the match.
Set on turbo. Yeah. Doesn't take much to get him intense.
Close your thumbs. Right here.
This one's looking like it's done quick.
Straight. Close your hands. Go.
Alright, you can see good energy from both Ermes and Matt Mask there. The slip happens naturally as we expected, given boboth specialist top rollers. Ermes Gasparini, the shorter arm. Keep this in mind for the match. Ermes Gasparini standing at 6'2", Matt Mask 6'6". So Ermes taking the knuckles up, posting top roll approach. Matt Mask taking a lower arm, slightly lower hand angle, and rolling through more of the thumb in a slightly low hand top roll.
Back to him. Yeah, I love it. Gasparini's real composed off the table, real quiet, but man, he really turns it on when he grips up.
Higher low.
Oh, low.
Something Gasparini coming in. He wants that strap against Mask.
And Gasparini told me he wanted a tough opponent. He wants to make a big statement and jump right into the, right into the mix of being one of the best in the league. He feels like he's got the talent to do it.
And talking with Matt this morning, we both did, and said, "What's the biggest key for you?" He said, "Look, man, no more losses. I'm not letting it happen. Bottom line."
And this is a top roll game. Who's got the better top roll? They both want it. It's both their ace men.
I'm not fighting yet. I'm not fighting yet. I'm waiting for the gold. Dude, hey, remember, left, set. Do not move. Close your thumbs. Stay right there. Close your hands. Go.
Oh my goodness!
Alright, big win there from Ermes Gasparini round one. You can see the posting style top roll. The knuckles are up. He tucks the thumb right in, allowing himself to pivot around the thumb. As long as his fingers are good and his arm doesn't get dragged open, he's going to be fine. And you can see there, Matt Mask unable to get the connection in his lower fingers to stop the back pressure of Ermes, and Ermes Gasparini free reign there with Matt Mask's wrist going back. Yeah, I built in a replay. Let's have a look at that one. All right, here's the replay. You can see. Actually, you can see right there, Ermes Gasparini's elbow is considerably off the front of the pad in this start. The reason he's doing that is he's maintaining the high knuckles. Okay, as the load commences in the match, he gets away with one there and it's not picked up, and that allows him to keep the arm more vertical. And Matt never quite gets the connection in his dragging style squeeze that he's looking for as his initiation to his low hand top roll. And subsequently, Ermes Gasparini's back pressure and pronation is going to be too much. Let's keep watching. Yeah, you can see straight there, just bust through. Matt's fingers not strong enough on that position to contain it. And subsequently, Matt kind of lets go. I think he's looking for a regrip of some sort. It's not going to happen. The match is pretty much done. Two top rollers against each other. It's always going to be the case that someone's going to get disengaged and they're likely going to go down fast.
That's universal.
Yes.
Close your thumb.
All right, round two.
Close your hands. both covering. I gotta see thumb knuckle.
This going to the straps.
Again, you can see that Matt Mask is happy to dump and low hand slip. He doesn't want to hold on. I don't think either of these guys want to hold on, but Ermes is always going to be feeling good right now that Matt is the one dumping. It always feels good when someone dumps against you and makes you feel like your hand is in better form than theirs are.
One would think.
Close your thumbs. Relax, we're going to the strap.
Yep, time's up.
All right, off to the strap.
So back to the
I've left the whole
between Mask.
I've left the whole strap set up in here because, as I mentioned in the beginning, Ermes Gasparini doesn't feel like he got a fair setup during this bout. So I wanted to leave it in here so we could look closely to see exactly what goes on during the strap application.
In Gasparini.
And Mask has the leverage. You would think on paper, you know, and you would assume that Matt is going to beat him. But Gasparini's hand and wrist is just insanely strong. Yeah. He's just negating all the leverage of it.
All right, you can hear Gasparini saying center, center. I believe he's saying center because we think about Matt Mask's longer arm, taller human. When he loads his static threat and he stretches out his index finger and thumb and creates this rigid contact point in the webbing. As the strap's going on, when a taller man does that, it makes you feel like you have to chase. And Gasparini doesn't want to have to chase, and Gasparini's lifting his elbow off the pad to try to maintain the webbing, contact, and the connection to his own top roll that he feels he needs. But Matt Mask is the taller man, able to sit there in center very calmly, as you can see, and create that sense of uncertainty in Ermes. And we can see that unfolding now.
Matt has. This is unbelievable. Just from what I'm seeing in the setup. Gasparini is a smart puller, Ben. Oh yeah, that's what I'm seeing. He's a very, very smart, intelligent puller.
Please.
Hey. Get back here, Matt.
Yeah.
And now I'm liking Matt's setup better. He's setting up way higher in the strap. He's not doing a low hand top roll, which means keeping your fingers lower on your opponent's wrist. He's doing a higher hand, more posting style top roll. Right. Using his leverage more as an advantage now.
Okay, center now.
Center's going to go that way.
This way.
Yeah,
this way.
Matt's going to look better in this round.
This way.
I believe so.
You can see there in the setup, I kind of missed it on the pause, but Gasparini again, with the more vertical hand, he's looking for the posting top roll again. Matt Mask happy with the hand slightly dropped, looking for that low hand through the thumb base top roll.
We'll see. Crowd's ready for it. Ermes isn't comfortable.
Close your hands. Go.
It's Mask, yeah.
Again, you can see it, the match was won entirely in the setup there. Matt Mask took control of that setup and had no dramas finishing it. You can see there before the go, and you can see right now by the dismay that Ermes is feeling, he never was in it. He was never in it, but I didn't see anything illegal from Matt at any point in time. Matt achieved a better static threat. He took control of the center, the strap went on, and Ermes this time, not able at all to get his posting away. Matt was able to initiate on the thumb-based pronation, and subsequently Ermes' hand went back and it was all over. And there's the replay of it, you can see it one more time. Matt Mask looking very solid, Ermes Gasparini purely disconnected.
Right to a sweet spot. Yep. And he's saying that's what happened the first round, you know? You had to set up the first round. Yep.
Tied up 1-1.
Close your thumb.
With Matt Mask.
Straight. Close your hands. Go. Right.
Same again, top rolls, two top rolls slipping, a little bit more aggression from Matt Mask that time. Ermes Gasparini did maintain the high knuckle position, but you can see the extra energy from Matt in that one. He's got a feel for the match now. Yeah, he's starting to run on with it.
Back, it's going to create better leverage, allow him to use the bottom of the strap with more back pressure, keeping it closer
Just
to
keep
his
your hand
body.
like this.
Catch
Do
on
not
you,
move.
partner.
You gotta put your elbow back.
I know how to cheat.
Hey, I'm a hockey player, so cheat on face-offs all the time. 1-1. Right, exactly.
Arm wrestling. If anything, it looks like a game of millimeters.
Again, you can hear the down ref initially saying, Ermes, you got to get your elbow back down. So again, same problem that Ermes is facing is that he can't deal with the static threat of Matt Mask whilst also having access to his own back pressure. If he holds on to Matt Mask, he gets stuck trying to contain. Ermes wants to go on the offense. Matt Mask's taller and superior static threat in this circumstance is preventing that from happening.
Ermes posting with a nice posting top roll. Look at his hand. Way up.
Yes.
Oh!
All over again. You can see the look on Matt Mask's face, typical wild horse right there. But Matt Mask, again, same, wins the center. Now Ermes, I think I saw, hopefully we get a replay, I think I saw he actually started with his hand slightly lower, and then just before the go, he reconsidered and went, no, I'm going to go back to my posting top roll and try once again. But this is really an indicator that Ermes is not feeling comfortable. He can't find it. And I don't see anything outside the rules there at all. All I see is that Matt Mask is winning center and executing better. Is what it is.
2-1, Matt Davis with the lead.
He must be used to having a quick.
What they're referring to.
All right, here we go. Have a look at the replay. We've got to do it a little bit slower here. I want to press pause a few times. Again, looking at this position, you can see, again, Ermes has got now the wrist up. He's going for the posting style top roll. Matt Mask has come higher this time than previously. Probably than round one, Matt was a little lower. This time, Matt's coming up with him. And that might be the key difference. Let's keep watching. So there's the closed. So both hands are closed now. You can see Matt Mask's knuckles are a touch ever so slightly higher. But that looks pretty good. That looks centered. That looks, wrists are good. I don't see anything. And coming up for the go. It was actually Ermes who initiated first with a squeezing drag, but so Ermes got the jump first to move, then Matt slightly second to move. You can see Matt is already starting to pronate where Ermes is starting to get collapsed underneath. And you can see already Ermes now conceding. As he feels that wrist go, he's disengaged. It's pretty much over.
Oh, he started to pull back and basically flopped his own hand under Matt's, and it was over after that.
Yeah.
See how he pulled back, exposing his own wrist underneath Matt's, and after that it was over. When you lose your hand and you're...
All right, we're into round 3 here. This is do or die now for Ermes Gasparini. Matt Mask is coming home strong. Let's see what happens.
Close your hands, go!
Strap time.
Okay, no difference to all the other rounds. We both got top rolling. Matt Mask again with the aggression, more of an even slip this time. Ermes is losing the edge that he had in that very first round where his knuckles were staying highest.
Was in the Baltimore event, lost 3-0 to Todd Hutchings. 3-0 win, as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, against Sylvain Perron back on July 18th in Los Angeles.
Here we go. Pivotal.
All right, looking, I just paused here because I wanted to have a look at the strap. I wanted to look at the webbing height. You can see Ermes, he's pointing to the back of Matt's wrist. He's trying to make sure that it's straight. Yeah, that's a fair call, that he wants it to be straight, but it looks pretty good there to me. Maybe it's a slight bit, but it's pretty good. I think they're going to start on that. The webbing, again, you can probably see that Matt, again, has won the static center. He's just got that edge. The buckle is on Ermes' side this time, which makes it a little trickier to get that extra bit of height. If there's any millimeters allow extra pronation, and it looks like Matt Mask is slightly winning that.
One more win and Mask seals this match with a huge W over top European puller.
Stay right here.
Four-time
Right here.
world champ.
Close your hands. Go.
Oh, he flops it.
And same again, Ermes Gasparini actually stuck around this time. He tried to contain, but he couldn't force the match to be in the groove that he wanted it to be in. is dragged into the laneway that Matt Mask wants to fight in. And that was really won pretty much 100% on static threat. Static threat in the center, pronation through the thumb, that threat of load there, the fingers were sufficient to contain, and most importantly, Matt Mask had a greater amount of threat through his offense than Ermes could get in his, and subsequently the matches were very quickly over.
The wild horse finishing off. Ermes Gasparini, 3-1. Wow. Big statement from Matt Mask.
Alright, so ladies and gents, looking at that that match there from WAL a year and a half ago, Matt Mask wins that pretty convincingly. Ermes Gasparini did show in round 1 that he has the ability to defeat Matt Mask. And I honestly think that this match, these two athletes, it would continue on like this if they faced again. It would continue on in a way that either one could win, and either one could win quite convincingly, or appear to win quite convincingly. It would all come down to access. Now, Ermes has asked for a match under PAL conditions. Matt Mask has accepted that well and truly. He said that he actually was raised on that kind of, and his whole career has been on WAF refereeing, so I don't think Matt Mask will be unfamiliar, so to speak, but that's where the match would happen. If that is the case, what will we see? We'll see less movement in the go, less load. In the WAL, there's a little more freedom to just creep some pressure in as the go is approaching. Not that you can't do that in the PAL, you can do it. People like Travis Payton have done it many times, executed that well. I think that this match is a 50-50 match, no matter where it's fought, to be honest. On this day, Matt Mask was the better, and it was through a very simple, as we've said before, static threat, pronation through the thumb, in center was all that mattered. There was no arm wrestling after the go. The match was all won in the setup and in the very first initiation of pressures. Alright guys, hope you're well, hope you enjoyed that one. See you next time.
Yes, that's a man!